Hello and welcome. Straight question. All of us have been asking this since last night. Each one of us have enjoyed Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Each one of us have celebrated Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Each one of us at a certain level have, really sort of, how do I put it, lived Indian cricket with MS Dhoni. And now, when we saw that Mahendra Singh Dhoni came in at number 9 after Ravi Ashwin, almost when the match was gone, it's done, dusted, defeated, we all felt, is this the right thing to do? Mahendra Singh Dhoni is never about the individual. He's a leader. He's about the team. He's won India World Cups. He's won CSK IPL titles. Is this the way you want to see MS Dhoni? Was number 9 the right position for MS Dhoni? Bluntly put, agree or disagree? Is MS Dhoni doing justice to his fans by doing this, coming in at number 9? Was it Ruturaj Gaikwad's call? Clearly not. And if so, why is he not telling MS Dhoni to come up as captain? Is it not his remit? We will ask all the right questions and we will not hold back. If you think he's doing the right thing, tell us. If you think he's not doing the right thing, feel free to also tell us. Joining me, Devashish Sen and Shomit Chakraborty in the studio, Rohit Juglan, who's moved from Chennai to Bengaluru today, Gargi Raut, and of course Bharat Ramraj. Rohit, you were there at the stadium. Can you tell me, when MS Dhoni did not come out, when Ravi Ashwin came out, जब अश्विन बाहर आए, धोनी तब भी नहीं बैटिंग के लिए आए. उसके बाद जब उन्होंने बैटिंग के लिए आया, what was the atmosphere like? माहौल कैसा था? फैंस क्या कह रहे थे? ये नंबर 9 में बैटिंग करना उनके लिए चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स फैंस या आरसीबी फैंस, धोनी फैंस, ये लोग क्या कह रहे थे? रोहित जुगलान.
बुरा था. देखिए, पहली चीज तो ये कि ये पहली बार नहीं हो रहा है. लास्ट सीजन भी ऐसी हमने बहुत सारी घटनाएं देखी जब वो मिथ सैंटनर उनसे ऊपर आ गए थे और वो मिथ सैंटनर के भी बाद आ रहे थे. कल अगर वो उस वक्त पे भी ना आते तो उनके बाद सिर्फ नूर बचे रह गए थे, कि नूर अहमद का आना बाकी रह गया था और खलील अहमद का आना बाकी रह गया था. सो अगर आप महेंद्र सिंह धोनी, मतलब मेरे लिए या हम जैसे क्रिकेट प्रेमियों के लिए हीरो क्यों रहे हैं? क्योंकि उन्होंने हमेशा वो जिगरा दिखाया है. इट्स नॉट अबाउट आपको हार और जीत मिलती रहेगी. इट्स नॉट अबाउट विनिंग और लूजिंग. इट्स अबाउट द गट्स. इट्स अबाउट 2011 में एक इनफॉर्म युवराज सिंह की जगह पर आपका वॉक इन करना, क्योंकि आपको अपने ऊपर भरोसा था. इट्स अबाउट 2016 में हार्दिक पांड्या जब वो गेंद डाल रहे थे तो दूर से थ्रो ना फेंकना, बल्कि अपने ऊपर इतना कॉन्फिडेंस रखना कि मैं स्प्रिंट मार के भी आउट कर दूंगा सामने वाले खिलाड़ी को. इट्स ऑलवेज दैट. और न जाने ऐसे कितने मैचेस है चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स के जो उन्होंने, मुझे याद आता है एक लास्ट टू लास्ट सीजन एक गेम जहां पर उन्होंने अंबाती रायडू को सिंगल लेने से मना कर दिया था. वो मैच चेन्नई जीती नहीं थी, बट इसके बावजूद भी हम उस चीज के फैन है कि महेंद्र सिंह धोनी का अपनी स्किल्स पर भरोसा. इट्स ऑल अबाउट दैट ओवर टू जोगिंदर शर्मा, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग. जब हम धोनी की बात करते हैं, येस वी टॉक अबाउट द फिनिशेस, बट उससे भी ज्यादा हम किसी चीज की बात करते हैं कि यार मुश्किल मौकों पे बड़े फैसले लिए, जिगर दिखाया है, यहां से खेलता है बंदा. वो चीज आज के महेंद्र सिंह धोनी में मिसिंग है बुरियादा. अब महेंद्र सिंह धोनी चाहते हैं कि नहीं, ऐसी सिचुएशंस आ जाएं तो वो अपने से ऊपर एक रविचंद्रन अश्विन पर ट्रस्ट कर रहे हैं, जबकि उनको पता है कि आस्किंग रेट 14 से ऊपर जा चुका है, 15 से ऊपर जा चुका है. वहां पर क्यों आपको चाहिए कि बस सिर्फ 2 छक्के मारूं और तालियां बटोरूं लोगों की, जहां पर अगर वो 2 छक्के नहीं भी लगेंगे तो कोई बात नहीं. मतलब कल और चेन्नई की देखिए चेन्नई एक जैसे मैं कहूं कि सारे लोग तो नहीं, बट मैक्सिमम लोग आर दोज पीपल जो सिर्फ महेंद्र सिंह धोनी के लिए आते हैं. वो सिर्फ उन्हें देखना चाहते हैं. मैं लॉजिकल नहीं होना चाहता हूं यहाँ पर, और फैंस भी लॉजिकल नहीं थे. 2-4 लोगों से जो मैंने बात की है उन्होंने यही कहा कि कब तक अब इन चीजों को आगे हम देखते रहेंगे, कब तक ये चीजें इसी तरीके से आगे बढ़ती रहेंगी. बट मैक्सिमम 100 लोग थे तो 100 में से 90 लोग खुश थे. थला सिक्सेस, बस वो ये कह रहे थे वहां से. सो आज भी एक बड़ा क्राउड सिर्फ वही देखने आया. बट इंडिविजुअली अगर आप मुझसे पूछोगे, धोनी द रिस्क टेकर, धोनी जो एक इंस्टिंक्ट पे फैसले लेते थे, धोनी जो गट्स दिखाते थे, बुरा था, वो धोनी बहुत पीछे छूट चुके हैं. और अगर हमें वो धोनी चाहिए, उस धोनी की अगर हम आज कल्पना कर रहे हैं, 2019 यू वर देयर बुरा था, किसने उनको, कौन भेज सकता था? अगर धोनी रवि शास्त्री और विराट कोहली को बोल देते कि मैं ऊपर जाऊंगा, मैं खत्म करूंगा ये मैच, किसी में मजाक, किसी में दम नहीं था कि कोई धोनी को बोलता कि नहीं आप नहीं जाओगे. कल कोई नहीं बोल सकता था धोनी को कि आप नहीं जाओगे. जैसा मैंने कहा लास्ट गेम में, जब लास्ट सीजन जब मिथ सैंटनर उनसे ऊपर आए तो कोई नहीं कह सकता था कि आप उनसे ऊपर नहीं जाओगे. बट ये फैसले अब महेंद्र सिंह धोनी ही ले रहे हैं बुरियादा.
I agree, and I also agree that I felt disappointed, I felt hurt, I felt angry as a cricket fan that this is not the MS Dhoni that all of us want to see. By the way, Shubhan Chakraborty joins us from Mumbai, where he's going to cover the KKR game as well. Our CSK man, what's happening? How is this? How is this being allowed? CSK MS Dhoni at number 9. This is a letdown.
No, see, I mean, there's a brittle strong. Hello, goodbye. So watching Dhoni yesterday, last night, that brittle strong came to mind. Maybe his head is saying no, his heart is saying go, go, go. The fact is that Dhoni at this stage of his career is an embellishment for CSK. It's an emotional embellishment. It's an commercial embellishment. It's an sentimental embellishment. Apart from that, beyond those lightning quick stompings that you'll get in odd games, apart from that, I was talking to one of the, after the last year's IPL, I spoke to one of the very famous former India cricketers. For obvious reason, I will not name him. He categorically said Dhoni has lost it in terms of his hitting. If the ball is in his arc, in his range, he will go, he will connect, and he will hit those sixes. But if a bowler stretches him, he would struggle, like it was the case with Yash Dayal last year also. And this time around, you cannot. Father time catches up with everyone.
Okay. So, Shubhan, is this a scared MS Dhoni? Is this an MS Dhoni who doesn't want to come up because he's not confident of himself? Difficult to say these words because you don't associate these words with MS Dhoni. You associate courage with MS Dhoni, as Rohit Juglan said. You associate heart with MS Dhoni, as Rohit Juglan said. So is this an MS Dhoni who is actually living on borrowed time? And is it because of brand MS Dhoni that CSK is playing him? Shubhan?
It is very tough to say. It is very tough to say. But it is a disappointment. It is a disappointment for all the CSK fans. Yes, there will be many fans who will be just happy to see Dhoni come up at number 9 and just enjoy that moment, enjoy those 5 dots and a couple of sixes. 5 dots means 5 trees, and there's a joke going around on social media that he's a part-time farmer, so he has come here to just plant trees. But that is the fun of IPL. That is the fun of IPL. People are. And I'm not sure, but this clip might go viral, but this is the joke that is going around on social media. But on a serious note, yes, CSK lost by 50 runs. Had MS Dhoni come up in the order a couple of positions up, maybe the margin would have reduced at least by 20-30 runs. It is a cutthroat competition, and sometimes net run rate becomes a very crucial aspect during the last phases of this league stage. And you never know, the CSK might not qualify for due to the net run rate, and people might bring this number 9 position back in this game against RCB back and point out that it was due to MS Dhoni that we did not qualify. Ultimately, everyone wants the team to do well. There's a famous dialogue from some movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, that you either live short to be a hero, or you die long enough to die as a villain. So there are already many CSK fans who support the team and not MS Dhoni, who are very disappointed by what happened yesterday. As Shomikda also said, it is an emotion. It is an emotion, and cricket is something. Sport is something that we watch to have a happy moment, take away some happy moments. And for CSK fans, they lost to RCB for the first time since 2008, but they will take away that happy moment of MS Dhoni smashing Krunal Pandya for a couple of sixes in the last over. That's what all sports is all about.
Devashish Sen, the man who has covered MS Dhoni the most, perhaps in tours.
His Instagram feed is filled with MS Dhoni photos.
Exactly, and according to Shomik Chakraborty, quote unquote, the only man whose text MS Dhoni responds.
Absolutely. Even MS Dhoni doesn't respond. Sometimes he even doesn't respond to N. Srinivasan's text, but without fail, he will reply to Mama's text.
I can now make out why I am being forced to join this show. But on a serious note, someone who scored 32 of 16 balls, having a strike rate of 200, would you demote yourself down at number 9? There is no logic behind. Means Why on earth means obviously as Shubhan mentioned the 2 sixes that he hit, even that boundary means 32. You have a strike rate of 200, and then you means obviously losing a match by 50 runs, and that might be very very crucial. Yes, you can understand he had he got out promoting himself, and then in Chennai lost, that would have been different. And it was even more stranger when people in that Chipok stand was everyone I think was present until at the last ball was bowled. How on earth? Come on, man! It is a franchise cricket, and that is his charisma. Means each and single spectator was in the stands just to watch MS Dhoni bat out in that last over. Means come on, crazy guys! Can you are backing your franchisee to win the IPL, and you have means obviously I don't know means just for the sheer love of MS Dhoni, you go out there and stay till 11 to 20 just to watch MS Dhoni bat. Means this is ridiculously crazy.
Bharat, your point before I go to Gargi.
See, logically, there isn't much to add to MS Dhoni coming in at number 9. If you still want to apply any kind of logic, then there's a thinking that MS Dhoni's entry point should be only after 15, 16 overs over the last 3 years. Just like what Rajasthan Royals tried with Shimron Atmair batting as low as 8, which again didn't make much sense just because his entry point was right at 14th over. But again, the counter argument to that would be he was batting below Ashwin. Just because his entry point is somewhere at the 16th over, you can't have him bat lower than someone like Ravi Ashwin. Obviously, MS Dhoni should come higher than Ashwin in a T20 match because even at his worst, you expect him to play a few more shots than him. So logically, there isn't much argument here. But again, it has to be MS Dhoni's decision to bat as low as number 9. So that is what he decided. And as it has already been noted, he is a kind of emotion for the CSK fans. So even if he bats for maybe 5 deliveries, 6 deliveries right in the last over and score 5 runs, they would still watch him right till the last ball, even if CSK go and lose. But yeah, that is how it is. But there is no logic behind him coming in at number 5, number 9, even if you consider the entry point.
Gargi, two questions. Two questions for you. One, is it okay? Let's put it this way. You have said that you've made Ruturaj Gaikwad the captain and he is in charge. At least you want the world to know that, right? You want the world to know that Ruturaj Gaikwad is the captain. So are you trying to say that Ruturaj Gaikwad will absolutely have no say in saying that, look, this is not in the interests of the team? So does the captain or Stephen Fleming, the coach, or anybody for that matter, no say that MS Dhoni ultimately this is not an individual sport. This is a team sport. The captain, the coach, the assistant coach, whatever support staff, they'll have no say. Question 1. Question 2. Is it all about brand? If MS Dhoni bats at number 9, then what is his contribution to the CSK cause for a win? Zero. That's the answer. So is it all about brand? Is it all about, other factors off the field rather than contribution on the field? Gargi Raut?
I think everyone has pretty much answered this question, but taking the second question first, I think it's now time that, CSK value Dhoni as an icon, as a brand more than a game changer or more than a player. I know that his presence remains invaluable in the team for brand, for fan engagement and the franchise's identity, but maybe his on-field impact is now becoming increasingly secondary. And that raises the question, is Dhoni CSK's leader in cricketing terms, or has he become a symbol? That is someone who is too big to fail, but no longer the priority in crunch situations. These are the questions that are coming up. And if Ruturaj Gaikwad is officially in charge, but CSK can't justify Dhoni walking in at number 9, it raises a bigger question. Who is really making the decision? If the team is truly putting its best interest first, then a player of Dhoni's caliber should have batted higher when the game was still within reach. But, it looks like sentiment and legacy and branding are dictating the decisions now, and leadership is just a formality.
रोहित, ये बताओ, अगर ब्रांड ही है तो आप मेंटर क्यों नहीं बना देते हो? मेंटर बना दो, कोच बना दो, कुछ भी कर दो, आप नॉन प्लेइंग कैप्टन का पोजीशन क्रिएट कर दो, फ्रेंचाइज है, आपका है टीम, कुछ भी कर सकते हो। टेनिस जैसे नॉन प्लेइंग कैप्टन फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम, वो पोजीशन क्रिएट कर दो, ब्रांड के लिए उनको पोस्टर बना दो, सब कुछ करो उनके आसपास। बट वाई प्लेयर? एक जो लेगेसी है उनका, जो आपने 2 मिनट पहले ही बोला, जो जिगर के बारे में आपने जिक्र किया, अगर वही दिखने को नहीं मिल रहा है तो एमएस धोनी तो खुद का लेगेसी को इरोड कर रहे हैं। इसका जरूरत क्या है? सीएसके और एमएस धोनी जो एक सिनर्जी है वो तो खराब हो रहा है। मिलियंस ऑफ फैंस, हाँ चलो मान लो थाला थाला कर रहे हैं, बट अल्टीमेटली यार हार रहे हो आप। और एमएस धोनी हैड गिवन अप, दैट इज व्हाई ही डिड नॉट कम। अगर उनको ये बिलीफ रहता कि मैच जिता सकता हूं तो ऊपर आते, नहीं आए। तो ऐसा दिन भी देखने को क्यों मिलेगा? रोहित जुगलान,
बुरेदा 43 साल की उम्र में 1 सेकंड का 41वां हिस्सा अगर वो बंदा स्टंपिंग मार रहा है तो फिर आप कैसे कह सकते हो कि ऑन फील्ड प्रेजेंस महेंद्र सिंह धोनी की खत्म है? और ये बैक टू बैक 2 मैचेस में हुआ है। द कैप्टन महेंद्र सिंह धोनी इज स्टिल वेरी मच देयर एंड इज स्टिल वेरी मच अलाइव। मैं आपको कल के मैच का एक इंस्टेंस बताता हूँ। हर्डल खत्म होता है, ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ सब अलग हो जाते हैं, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी 2 बॉलर्स को लेकर जा रहे हैं, एक का नाम नूर है, दूसरे का नाम मतीशा पथिराना है, एंड ही वाज कॉन्स्टेंटली टेलिंग देम अ प्लान अगेंस्ट रजत पाटीदार, जिनका विकेट फिर मिलता है, और उससे पहले जितेश शर्मा का विकेट उनको मिलता है। तो मैं सिर्फ एक इंस्टेंस आपको बता रहा हूं, बट देयर वर मल्टीपल चैटिंग्स अराउंड दीस फेलोज कि भाई किस तरीके से क्या करना है। So yes, we are very right when we are saying that Mahendra Singh Dhoni the batter, where is the courage, where is the heart? But Mahendra Singh Dhoni the keeper, बुरेदा कैसे आप अभी भी, क्या आप मुझे बता सकते हो कि कोई उनसे फास्टेस्ट हैंड्स हैं इस विकेट कीपर में? 23 साल के लड़के विकेट कीपिंग कर रहे हैं, बट क्या वो 43 साल के महेंद्र आज भी क्रिकेट जगत ये ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि ये बंदा जब बॉल को हाथ में पकड़ता है तो इसके हाथ पीछे क्यों नहीं जा रहे हैं? आई वॉज लिसनिंग टू दीपदास गुप्ता, वो कह रहे हैं इतने कभी आप अगर आपका ऑनर हो, और बुरेदा आप तो मिले हैं महेंद्र सिंह धोनी से, जब आप उनसे हाथ मिलाते हैं तो इट्स सो सॉफ्ट हैंड्स कि उसको पीछे हाथ ले जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। दैट्स हाउ ही वाज डिस्क्राइबिंग महेंद्र सिंह धोनीज विकेट कीपिंग, दीपदास गुप्ता, कि इतने सॉफ्ट हैंड्स है दैट जो हमें सिखाया जाता है कि बॉल पकड़ने के बाद हाथ पीछे जाना चाहिए, वो महेंद्र सिंह धोनी के केस में नहीं है। तो आज भी क्रिकेट जगत ये ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहा है कि ऐसी विकेट कीपिंग टेक्निक किसी और में डेवलप क्यों नहीं की जा सकती है कि बॉल पकड़कर हाथ पीछे ना जाए बल्कि वहीं से सीधे स्टंप में मार दे। तो ये चीजें आपको बता रही है कि यस, द बैटर महेंद्र सिंह धोनी। और फिर देखिए बुरेदा, कोच रहना, नॉन प्लेइंग कैप्टन रहना या इंपैक्ट सब रहना, आपको भी पता है कि एक ही खिलाड़ी की वजह से आईपीएल गवर्निंग काउंसिल वो नियम लेकर आया कि अगर आप इतने साल मिस कर जाते हैं और उसके बाद आपको कंसीडर किया जा सकता है एक ऐसे खिलाड़ी के रूप में जिसको हम अनकैप्ड प्लेयर मानेंगे। उसी वजह से सीएसके जो है एक नूर अहमद पर इतना पैसा खर्च कर पाई, अदरवाइज नहीं कर पाती चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स। तो ये सब कुछ जो हुआ है इसमें सिर्फ हमें टीम सीएसके को नहीं देखना बल्कि ब्रांड आईपीएल को भी देखना है। और ब्रांड आईपीएल में महेंद्र सिंह धोनी जितने वक्त तक मैदान के बीच में रहेंगे उतना ही फायदा ब्रांड आईपीएल को भी और सीएसके को भी है। ये ना तो कोच रहने से हो पाएगा, ये ना तो मेंटोर रहने से हो पाएगा, ना नॉन प्लेइंग कैप्टन रहने से हो पाएगा। और इससे भी पहले की बात, कैप्टन और विकेट कीपर महेंद्र सिंह धोनी कहीं नहीं गए हैं अभी भी। बीट अबाउट स्ट्रैटेजाइजिंग द थिंग, बीट अबाउट प्लानिंग द थिंग, द डिसमिसल्स जो स्टंपिंग्स उनकी हो रही हैं, जिस तरीके से उनका दिमाग चलता है, अभी भी आप देखिए ना, रोहित शर्मा के साथ मैचिंग ही है उनका 5-5 पे अभी भी दोनों। और ऐसा नहीं है कि आखिरी ट्रॉफी रोहित शर्मा की तरफ 5 साल पहले आई थी, अभी 2 साल पहले जीती है। रोहित शर्मा ने 5 साल पहले जीती थी ट्रॉफी, महेंद्र सिंह धोनी 2 साल पहले जीते हुए 2023 में।
Shubhan, if I go by what Rohit is saying, and wicket keeping, obviously, each one of us will have to give it to him that stumping was out of the blue. I mean, it was brilliance. It was just a sheer second of brilliance, and all of us have tweeted about it. But then, if you bat at number 9, what are you telling me? That you are only playing as keeper? Is there a role for an only keeper? So are you telling me that CSK will carry someone as brand but will sacrifice chances of winning the IPL trophy? Is it not important for them to try and win the IPL trophy? Can they do that with only just a wicket keeper who decides to bat at number 9 when every other team, Sanju Samson, Ishan Kishan, Dhruv Jurel, Phil Salt, if I take these keepers, they are winning games. MS Dhoni at number 9, you're sacrificing a keeper batter. Is that CSK's policy, Shubhan? Is that a prudent policy?
Absolutely. I think I feel for young wicket keepers who are there in the squad. Someone like a Sheikh Rashid who is known for his power hitting and has done really well in age group cricket. They are not getting chances to showcase their skills in IPL. But at the same time, wicket keeping wise, as Rohit also perfectly summed it up, there's no one close to MS Dhoni and his reflexes or his sharpness behind the stumps. And I firmly feel MS Dhoni has a lot more to contribute as a batter as well. He's nowhere near finished as a batter. Also, you can see the kind of sixes he was hitting last season also with one knee, and this time around also in couple of appearances he has showcased that he, whenever the ball is in the arc, he will clear any boundary in the field. So now the question arises why he is deliberately moving himself down the pecking order. At least try and do something for the team. You get out on zero, no harm in that. If you're trying to make your team win and you're failing, we will any day take it. CSK fans will any day take it. And sport is always a result driven thing. And I see now that it is only 2 games. That's why CSK fans are rejoicing, seeing MS Dhoni hit a couple of sixes in every game. But if CSK go on to lose four matches out of their next 6 games, people will come and blame MS Dhoni. This same MS Dhoni whom they are worshipping right now. Last year, I can still say his knee was injured. He was not able to run. That's why he was making himself come down the order. But this time he was running. I saw one clip where he ran towards Suresh Raina and hugged him. He was sprinting. So his knee is pretty much fit. He looks pretty much fit. Now the question arises whether Stephen Fleming, Ruturaj Gaikwad, and that think tank, or maybe Kashi Vishwanathan or N. Srinivasan go to MS Dhoni. Can they go to MS Dhoni and tell, you can bat a couple of positions higher? You have a lot of cricket left in you. Give us whatever you are doing at number 9. Give us the same thing at number 7. We are not demanding 30 ball half century from you. We are demanding 10 ball, 30 runs, 10 ball, 20 runs in the same position. Then give yourself, your team something. And whenever MS Dhoni walks in, still at the age of 43, whenever MS Dhoni walks in, there's a fear in that bowler side that he is there. We have to be a bit careful around MS Dhoni. So that fear factor is still there. But if he keeps on demoting him, then I think he will lose it pretty firmly, pretty quickly.
Let's take it through. So absolutely,
I'll head inside Boryada. I'll head inside KKR.
So
Thank you.
if you go with what Shubhan just said, if it is in his arc, he can hit it, right? He can still hit it. Get out. No one will say that if you get out, that MS got out for cheap runs. No problem. Get out trying to hit. Score 0, 2, 4, 5, 10, whatever it is, but go up the order and try. Suppose you connect. Why is it that you have to demote yourself to number 9?
See, the toughest thing is to decode his mind. He has a mind of his own. Last year, when he was coming at number 8, number 9, those questions were asked. And later at a promotional event, Dhoni said that as because it was a T20 World Cup year,
he allowed
Jadeja and others who are in the T20 World Cup reckoning. Fair enough. Like the senior citizen in the team, fair enough. But what's the logic?
Ashwin,
and what's the logic this time around? And one more thing also, even before the start of the IPL, Rituraj came for a press conference and said, now this year Dhoni's role is very specific. He will look to bat for 2 overs and will go hammer and tongs right from the word go, right from the outset. So even after yesterday also, when he came to bat, he was taking his time as he was, trying to contribute to greener India. And only in the last over, he opened his shoulders. So, as far as the captaincy is concerned, Dhoni said, I will no longer spoon feed Ruturaj Gaikwad. Now, yesterday it was evident. Otherwise, if Dhoni was the captain, if he were the captain, Ravindra Jadeja wouldn't have been bowling to Devdutt Padikkal and he was clearing the boundaries. Ravindra Jadeja would have been a far better option against any other batsman in that RCB team except Devdutt Padikkal. But Ruturaj kept on bowling Jadeja against Devdutt Padikkal. So that is, and finally, as Shubhan said, someone has to go to him or ask. Mr. Srinivasan, he is not keeping well.
But he's the only person who...
No, the only person who can walk up to Dhoni with this is Stephen Fleming. Kashi will never do that. Kashi will never interfere into cricketing affairs. Ruturaj doesn't have the stature to do that. Only person and someone, Dhoni depends a lot as far as cricketing. I mean, Dhoni uses him as a sounding board. Stephen Fleming is the only person who can walk up to Dhoni and address the issue.
Gargi, before I go to Bharat and Devashish again, if MS Dhoni was captain, is this in the interest of the team that MS Dhoni bats number 9? MS Dhoni, the captain, would he have agreed that MS Dhoni bats number 9? The answer is no. So why is it that Ruturaj Gaikwad will have to agree that MS Dhoni bats at number 9? It's ultimately, for me, and I can be totally wrong here, for me, this is a team sport. Nothing matters except the team. However big a star you are, whether it's a Tendulkar, whether it is a Dhoni, whether it is a Kohli, I don't care. Ultimately, it's Team CSK, Team India, Team RCB, Team MI. That's what it is. Finished. It is about the team. Is this in the interest of the team? MS Dhoni, the leader. Rohit said he's still leading the two bowlers and guiding them, etc. As the leader, is this the correct thing to do, Gargi Raut?
I mean, if I were thinking of MS Dhoni, the captain, the one that we've seen growing up, absolutely not. There's no way he would have agreed to an MS Dhoni batting at number 9. Dhoni, the captain, was always about maximizing resources, putting the team first. He made tough calls, even if it meant promoting himself in a World Cup final or backing young players over senior stars. The Dhoni we know wouldn't have allowed a proven match winner to sit out while the game slipped away. But Dhoni, the player now, is, I think, in a very different position, whether by choice, whether by circumstances, we don't know that. And that is something maybe we'll never find out. If he agreed to bat that low, it suggests that he's either accepting a reduced role or allowing the management to dictate terms in a way that never happened under his leadership. We don't know what it is. Either way, it doesn't seem like the Dhoni that we've seen for the past 15 years.
Bharat Ramraj, thoughts before I ask Devashish?
Yeah, obviously, if Dhoni was the captain, I guess he would have dropped. He would have dropped himself in this case instead of going and batting at number 9. Especially the version that who told that Saurav Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, and company shouldn't play in the ODI setup. Sehwag, Virender Sehwag at that time in 2007-8. If it was the same Dhoni, then he would have said on those lines. But yes, he's still playing. His wicket keeping obviously is outstanding. From that perspective, I think he's perhaps the greatest wicket keeper when it comes to keeping to spin bowling. But if you look at his batting, I don't think he deserves a place in that particular lineup, or even maybe in that particular lineup, he doesn't deserve a place. I know there isn't a good backup wicket keeper. Shaikh Rashid is not a wicket keeper. Vansh Bedi, I think, is their wicket keeper. They don't have a good backup wicket keeper, but still, if he's going to bat at number 9, then I don't think he deserves a place in that particular 11. So somehow MS Dhoni has to make sure that in the next few matches he comes up the order, because I know Ruturaj Gaikwad is, I guess, too young. He's not going to tell MS Dhoni that you come in at number 7 or you come in at number 6, because that's not going to happen. Even if you think that way, I don't think it is going to happen. So it is up to MS Dhoni to come up the order in the next 2 games at least, when situation demands that he has to at least bat in that fashion.
Devashish, I can be totally off the radar here, but I kind of start to doubt Indian fandom when I think about this. When Rohit Juglan said on the show that at the end of the game, the stadium was still celebrating. It was all yellow, they're celebrating. I mean, 18 years of IPL, right? There has to be some maturing of fandom. It is about CSK, the team. The team has lost, and lost by 50 runs. One of the biggest defeats, whatever Ruturaj Gaikwad has said, with due respect, if he says 50 is a small margin, it's a huge margin in a T20 game. So when you've lost by 50 runs and you're celebrating some shots by MS Dhoni, I somehow think we have lost it, I mean, this is weird fandom. I'm unable to grapple with this fandom.
I think the onus has to be on the captain here. Means obviously Ruturaj Gaikwad needs to be more authoritative along with Stephen Fleming. End of the day, if you keep on losing, the blame will be on the captain and the coach rather than MS Dhoni. Means no one will blame MS Dhoni for CSK's failure. It will be the fingers will be pointed towards Ruturaj Gaikwad and Stephen Fleming. And Stephen Fleming, it was very strange for the coach to come out yesterday at the post-match press conference saying that he did not read the conditions, the wickets clearly. Means obviously, and I just go to add that he has failed to read the mind of MS Dhoni as well. Means obviously, I think the best thing would have been to, means obviously Dhoni's presence in the field is paramount rather than Dhoni being the batter. I think Dhoni, it still has it in him. Means obviously not only his wicket keeping but also his sheer presence inspiring the youngsters on the field. Dhoni's presence in the field is much more required in the Chennai Super Kings setup than Dhoni the batter. If he is coming at number 6, I don't mean even if he number 9, even if he is scoring 32, it is not doing the team any justice. Means obviously it's in a losing cause. What on earth, you score 30, you score 14, 20 balls, and if the team loses, what on earth? Chennai's end of the day, Chennai Super Kings is losing. The point is, in a cutthroat competition in IPL, you need to win games, and these are very important games. You are losing a game to Royal Challengers Bengaluru for the first time after the inaugural edition in 2008. So obviously the questions needs to be asked to Stephen Fleming and Ruturaj Gaikwad. Yes, I know that he is in that hot seat for the first time, but the more he matures himself, the more he becomes authoritative. Remember, the captain is very important in a game of cricket. So it is his decision. Rather than thinking what MS Dhoni will decide, what it will be his batting order, he has to be more authoritative. See, this is my team. This is where I want you to bat, or you rather be an impact sub.
But then again, Devashish, the factor also which defies logic. If you have Rinku Singh, for example, in your ranks, and he is coming at number 8, then you still can justify MS Dhoni coming at number 9 because someone
it's after Ashwin.
He is coming after Ashwin. So
who's retired?
Who is retired and who is
no logic,
and who was never in his life was a power hitter, right? So from that point of view, it completely beggars belief and defies logic.
Last round of questions. रोहित जुगलान, क्या ये सुधरेगा कि यही चलता रहेगा और हम लोग हर दिन शो करते रहेंगे यार ये 9 में क्यों आ रहा है, 8 में क्यों आ रहा है, सीएसके क्यों हार रहा है? यही चलता रहेगा कि कुछ सुधरेगा?
अब बुरेदा, आप भी जानते हैं कि एक लंबे समय तक जब वो इंडियन क्रिकेट टीम का भी हिस्सा थे तो जर्नलिस्ट हमेशा यही कहते थे कि धोनी को ऊपर आना चाहिए। उस समय पर भी उनको ऊपर आकर बैटिंग करनी चाहिए। एट द वेरी स्टार्ट जब उन्होंने कुछ मौकों पर ऊपर आके बैटिंग भी की है, उन्होंने बहुत बहुत जबरदस्त परफॉर्मेंसेस दी हैं, चाहे वो उनकी जयपुर वाली पारी हो या फिर उनकी वाइजैक वाली पारी हो। और सौरव गांगुली ने भी हमेशा ही कहा है कि किसी खिलाड़ी को अगर बड़ा बनना है या बड़ा बनाना आपको है तो फिर आपको उसे गहरे पानी में उतारना पड़ेगा, डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशंस देनी पड़ेंगी। अगर वो तैर गया तो बड़ा खिलाड़ी है, डूब गया तो डूब गया। तो कहीं ना कहीं वो जो पिछले 10 साल से हम लोग नेशनल मीडिया में हमेशा सुनते रहे कि धोनी को ऊपर आना चाहिए, बट जैसा शामिक दा ने कहा कि धोनी हैज हिज माइंड इट्स ओन। वो किसी की सुन के फैसला नहीं लेते हैं, बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग माइंडेड हैं, बहुत जानते हैं क्रिकेट के बारे में। और उन्होंने हमेशा ये चीज कही थी कि ये डिमांड सप्लाई का गेम है। एक प्रमोशनल इवेंट पे लास्ट ईयर उन्होंने कहा था कि ये एक डिमांड और सप्लाई का गेम है और यहाँ पर आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि अगर मुझसे बेटर प्लेयर्स हैं तो उनको ऊपर जाना चाहिए। यस, अश्विन वाला केस एक एक्सेप्शन है जिसको एक अपवाद माना जा सकता है, बट मुझे नहीं लगता है कि महेंद्र सिंह धोनी आपको ऊपर आते हुए दिखाई देंगे कि हम ये एक्सपेक्ट करें कि वो 5 नंबर 6 नंबर पर आकर बैटिंग कर रहे हैं। ही विल बी ऑलवेज समवन हु जो 7 नंबर पर ही आएंगे। अगर एज अर्लीस्ट अगर आप मानकर चलें तो 7 नंबर से ऊपर मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ धोनी को आते हुए। सो यस, उससे ऊपर तो मैं नहीं देख रहा हूँ, किसी भी हाल में नहीं देख रहा हूँ।
Gargi Raut, wearing your RCB hat, you must have been very happy.
Oh, absolutely. But apart from all of this, when we talk about RCB's performance, I think they have been brilliant in all departments. That is the best part. When CSK at home couldn't utilize or read their conditions, RCB went in and did very, very well, especially when you talk about the pace bowlers, the way that Josh Hazelwood and the other bowlers as well took complete control of the situation, took complete control of the match, dismantled CSK's batting lineup. I think that was the highlight. And of course, as an RCB fan or as a fan of any franchise, it's real fun to watch when your team is clicking.
Absolutely agree. Bharat Ramraj, even the point that Gargi is making, Asuya Sharma outbowled Ravindra Jadeja, Ravichandran Ashwin. Noor, yes, but the two senior pros, Suya Sharma was much better off. Much, much better. Even in Kolkata, that Andre Russell wicket, ball landing on off, taking middle, was a beautiful delivery. Outbowled Varun, outbowled Sunil. Yesterday, outbowled Ashwin, outbowled Jadeja. Bharat Ramraj?
Yeah, first of all, is a wrist spinner, so expect him to get a little more purchase out of the surface. Yesterday's wicket was definitely not a turning wicket. It had a little more bounce in it, so I guess that is where the Stephen Fleming is quite angry. It was not a typical wicket that you see in Chennai from say 3 years ago, 4 years ago, or maybe I'm talking about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, or on those lines. So I guess that is where Stephen Fleming was extremely angry. Yeah, in those conditions, RCB definitely outbowled CSK because they also had a very tall hit the deck bowler. Chennai Super Kings had nothing like that in those conditions with a little more bounce. So I can understand why Stephen Fleming got angry. Even last year, 74 wickets went for pace bowlers, 25 only for spinners.
Spinner.
So yeah, Chennai somewhere CSK are not able to read their own conditions at present. They want turning wickets, but it is not happening.
See, I expect, I once again, Dhoni has a mind of his own, and it is nigh on impossible to decode that. But I will not be surprised. I expect Dhoni to bat at number 6 ahead of Jadeja, unless CSK are cruising in a chase in the next game. I will be very surprised if Dhoni comes at number 8 or number 9 in the next game.
And where comes this confidence from? What is the reason?
The reason is that, I mean, that has been Dhoni's strength set. That has been Dhoni's strength set. And this is, I think, there would be a conversation between him and Stephen Fleming. There would be a conversation, and Dhoni will come. I believe Dhoni will come. This is, you can call it reporter's hunch also.
Okay, we'll see. Devashish Sen will have the last word. Before that, let me say this. Each one of you asking, will Kolkata have a turner on the third? Yes or no? What is the state of the wicket? Is it being watered? What is the curator saying? Does he believe that KKR should have home advantage? Has a Pandora's box been opened? Stephen Fleming, Ajinkya Rahane, etc., etc. Devashish Sen, a fascinating interview with Sujan Mukherjee, which will be played on all Rev Sports platforms. And here are 4 questions. Do you agree? Devashish Sen to Sujan Mukherjee, direct. Do you agree that KKR should have home advantage? Number 2, do you agree that what Ajinkya Rahane said, that there should be more turn? Number 3, how do you react to what has been said about you? How do you react to what Stephen Fleming has said about the Chennai track? Direct questions to Sujan Mukherjee. That interview coming up tomorrow, folks. Absolutely fascinating to hear the Eden curator respond to all the direct questions. Devashish Sen, you have the last word.
Yeah, obviously, I think Ruturaj, as I mentioned, Ruturaj Gaikwad needs to be more authoritative as a captain. Means obviously, yes, Rohit did say that Dhoni has always promoted the youngsters. Means, but at the same time, you also need to be that the responsibility. Remember, you are leading a franchise that has won 5 IPL titles. You cannot be in the shadow of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Yes, he's a legend in his own right, but as a captain, you should be you need to be more authoritative. You need to talk more in the dressing room and convince Mahendra Singh Dhoni to bat up the order, given the way he has batted in the match against RCB yesterday night. Means obviously still 32 of 16 balls, he can still clear the boundaries. So why not go up the order? So I think, and that should come from the coach and the captain. That's it. Means obviously,
Devashish, what you are saying, you are talking logic. You are absolutely talking logic. But you have to also keep in mind that the whole setup, the whole situation in CSK is completely different from 9 other franchises. It's not an, I repeat, it's not an employer-employee relationship. And no one, absolutely no one, this gives Dhoni that authority before the IPL to say, this is my franchise. Even if I'm on a wheelchair, they will put me in. So absolutely no one, except Stephen Fleming from the cricketing point of view. Ruturaj Gaikwad walking up to him and saying, in the Chennai CSK setup, it is practically not possible. It is practically absolutely not possible. Stephen Fleming is MS Dhoni's sounding board in that dressing room, and only Stephen Fleming can over a cup of coffee or whatever during the breakfast can have a word with MS Dhoni. But once again, it is a very, very delicate issue.
So we will see what happens. We will see what happens. We will keep getting you all the stories. Rohit Juglan reporting yesterday from Chennai, as you saw. All of us will get you all the updates. Bharat from Bangalore, Rohit also in Bangalore at the moment, Gargi from Delhi, Devashish Shomik in Kolkata, Shubhayan from Mumbai. We will track all of the stories, and whether it is other sports, Rahul, Rohan, and the entire football lot will track that as well. So keep watching. We will bring you the debates tomorrow. The big interview, the Sujan Mukherjee interview, where he opens up on issues of home advantage, direct questions asked. And by the way, Rohit will love it. The entire interview is in Hindi. So we will put that interview out. The entire interview is in Hindi, long interview, where he asks Devashish Sen on home advantage, Ajinkya's comment, will the pitch change? Is he giving a turner? What can fans expect? Everything asked to Sujan Mukherjee. For that, and somebody asked, why are we not doing today's match? That is because Gargi Raut is back at 6:30 with her show, building up to today's match. So that is why we don't do the match directly at 5 p.m. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.